Yes, YouTube, hope that you're good. It's Ben Hawksworth at The Coach Consultant, and today I'm going to be actually covering 2025 goal setting as an actual visual example on breaking things down into actual quarters. I love it coming into a new year. I always have. I love Christmas, I love the break, I love the family time, I love the nice chill period, but I also really like to make sure that I know exactly what I'm aiming at towards the following year. I see a new year as a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity to turn around and go, right, that didn't work last year, I'm not going to repeat them same mistakes. But it's also important to make sure that you've got clear goals across the board. And yeah, we're going to talk about money today. And yeah, we're going to talk about business. But I'm going to talk about the actual variations of different goals that you need to be looking at to really make a full, well-rounded life and a full, well-rounded professional as well. So I really hope that you enjoy this episode. If you've currently not set your goals for 2025, this is definitely the one for you. If you have set your goals, but you've not done it in this type of format I'm going to show you, you might want to add a few things on. But overall, by the end of this video, I'm pretty confident that you will know how to clearly set targets and goals for multiple different avenues moving into 2025. Right, so the first thing that I want you to do is recreate this on a whiteboard, on a piece of paper, on a computer, an iPad, on your phone, whatever it may be. But making sure that you're actually splitting things up into goal categorization alongside splitting things up into an actual quarter basis. Because it's pretty pointless turning around and saying, right, I want to do the next amount I want to do in 2025, right? We need to be looking at setting the actual end goal or the target or whatever it may be, or actually segmenting when you are going to do things. So obviously Q1 is going to be January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So on the left hand side, this is where you need to really put a lot of time and effort and thought process into the actual design element. I've put some examples down. So number one, we've basically got the important one for this channel and obviously what I do and for you running your own business, which is making sure that you're actually focusing on hitting actual sales revenue targets. Number two, what I've put on from that point, which is a personal one for me, is really looking at actual investment structures based on us hitting sales targets, because 30 years old now, I've got a family. I'll actually do a few of my goals on here in a second, but investments is a big one for me. The next one is looking at family and home. So this could be associated with going on holiday. That's what it was for me last year. For me this year, it's about us looking to actually buy our forever home. So that's a massive, massive goal for me. So I've put family and home down. Then we're looking at personal performance, and then we are looking at actual mindset and kind of mental health, because I think that's also really important. You can come in and design these however you want, in whatever way. But for me, what we're basically looking at here is coming in when we've got sales revenue, is just making sure that we've got clear and realistic targets that we are actually working towards. So for example, if you're coming into Q1 and let's just say you're currently on £5,000 per month, you could be coming in and turning around and saying, right, sweet, I want to be coming in and I want to be earning £10,000 a month by the end of March, which isn't unrealistic in any way, shape or form. It's doubling revenue, but it's not that difficult. From that point, we're coming in, right, sweet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and just keep this realistic, easy kind of approach where you've got £10,000 per month, 20,000, and I'm obviously putting bigger numbers here just to kind of for the video, but in reality, that's the type of progression that we want to be seeing. Is like, right, we're not going from 10,000 to £100,000 per month. This might be for you to look at an achievability rating of going 5,000 to 8,000 or 8,000 to 9 and 9 to 12 or whatever it may be. But we're basically coming in and going, right, we need to come in and we are going to focus on hitting those type of targets based on our current situation, which is obviously realistic. From that point, when we're looking at investments and savings, what you can be doing is you're like, right, sweet, I don't currently have a pension set up. Sweet. So in Q1, what I'll be doing is I'll be looking at actually getting a pension set up. So I run all my pensions and my ISAs and my investments with Ryan Moore, the wealth coach. So if you've not seen him, check him out. But I'm like, right, sweet, if I hit that target, so I'm gonna get my pension set up. Sweet, from that point, I'm going to be moving in and we start getting ISA set up, which is obviously going to be another great investment to kind of top up and make sure that you are pushing stuff into that. And then finally, from that point, you can have personal savings. So right, at this point, once I've got that, I'm going to start saving £500 a month for myself personally. When you've then got savings, right, at the end of the year, I want to try and make sure that I've got £5,000 saved because I want to buy X or I want to do this or Y or go on holiday or whatever it may be. But make sure that you're actually setting up your savings, because otherwise you're going to be coming in and going, right, sales revenue, investment, spend. And yeah, you might have gone to a good point, but you spent all of it and you've not actually looked after yourself. So investments are a really, really important one for me. From that point, you've got kind of your family and you've got your home. So you may be looking at that purchasing your first house. This might be doing your kitchen up. This might be doing your garden up. Whatever it may be associated with your family or your home, it might be a holiday. So in Q1, we're going to put down, right, I want to be taking my family on a dream holiday, right? From that point, I'm going to be coming in towards Q2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at actual house purchase. And then we can be moving into the next one, which is looking at different areas such as a new kitchen, or basically anything that is associated to your family and to your home. And then the big ones when you're coming down at the bottom is going to be all about you guys, right? As you can pretty much see here, this is all about business. Yeah, it's going to give you more opportunities to have more savings, to have more family and home. But for me, when we're looking at clear goal setting and for you to be at your absolute best, this is about how you are setting clear performance targets for yourself in terms of what you're going to do physically with performance, how you want to look, and also how you want to feel. So for me, I would be basically putting mine down here where I've got January, February and April. So that's going to be coming into Q2. I've basically got a mountain. So I'm climbing a mountain in Morocco, which is Mount Tabor in April. And then in June, I'm also doing Mont Blanc, right? So this is something that I've also got some trail run and different stuff, but I know that when I'm pushing hard on sales revenue, when I know that I'm pushing investments for myself and pushing stuff for my family, I'm paying for all this stuff, I know that I've got that kind of personal performance target. So that's going to keep me accountable to my routine, to training, to exercise, to sleep, to nutrition, and overall just make sure that I am feeling and performing at my best. So that is a lot more possible. That is a lot more possible. That is a lot more possible. Right. One thing that I put down at the bottom, which is basically looking at your mindset and your health. So over the last 10 years, I've had different goals associated with this, where it's been about determination, it has been about kind of resilience, it's been about work ethic, and those are these different areas. I've actually done mine today, and my mindset goals was basically grounding and connection. So for example, when I'm looking at connection, I was like, right, I want to feel more connected to content, I want to feel more connected to the community, I want to feel more connected to my team, to my family. When it comes to grounding, I want to not do anything crazy this year. I want to have a nice steady year where we're grounding our programs in, where I feel grounded, where I'm spending a lot of time outside. And overall, yeah, that's a really hyper-specific situation. But I know if I stick to connection and grounding this year, then it'll achieve what I need to do associated with sales and revenue, looking after myself and the business and my team, and also content as well, and you guys. And then grounding, obviously, in terms of actually being smart and really thinking about what I'm doing with my money and what I'm doing with myself in general. So I'll be coming in, I'll be going, right, connection. So as part of connection, I might be saying, right, I'm going to be looking at talking at 2 events this year, or I want to be doing 2 guest appearances on podcasts on a month-to-month basis. So that'll be coming under connection. And then associated with grounding, I've already done that, which is a new thing that I've brought in this week, which is coming home at 4:30, 4 p.m. and doing a walk with Remy and the dog. So I'm outside and I'm grounded as I finish my day. So then I come into the next day. All of this, all of the decisions that you will make to your business in terms of your revenue, in terms of your investments, in terms of your targets for your family and your home, in terms of personal performance, in terms of mindset and health, will all come back down to goal setting. Right? It is absolutely, completely and utterly imperative that you set goals. But again, when people are watching this channel, I don't want you to think that this is a case of, right, sweet, it's just all about coming in, hitting sales revenue. Once you are hitting these type of financial figures, I can promise you, after working with hundreds of people who've done this type of stuff, they're like, right, well, what do I do with it? What do I do now? Right, keep scaling? Yep, keep scaling. But I've got this money. Right, sweet. Right, what can we do with that money to create better investments? What can we do with that money to create a better family at home and a living situation for you and your family? What can we do with that money for you to set bigger performance targets? So, for example, climbing mountains for me and these trail runs and stuff I'm doing, they're not free, but I've got enough money to be able to make sure that I can do this type of stuff, which is important to me. And then from that point, really making sure that you are setting goals for how you actually want to feel mentally, how you want to perform. So if you know that you've got current limiting beliefs, it might be confidence, it might be loads of different areas, make sure that you are coming in and you are really making sure that you are setting actual targets for your mindset as well. And then a final point to make with that there, guys, is just because you've got it put on the board where you've got your categorization and you've got your Q1, Q2, Q3 and all that type of stuff, if you do not achieve it, don't beat yourself up about it, right? The main thing is that you set that goal and you will have indefinitely taken steps towards that target. The worst thing that you can do is not set any goals, not do anything about it, and wonder why you've not taken steps forwards in 3, 6, and 9 and 12 months from now. So when you look at these goals, yes, it's about setting realistic targets and making sure that there are a positive achievability rating, but it's also important to make sure that you are pushing yourself. Because at the end of the day, I would rather set a massive goal that takes me 1,000 times to attempt to get it right than not set that goal in the first place and never take that first step. That's how important goal setting is. It is the single reason why we get up and do what we do on a day-to-day basis. Like, if you didn't have some form of motivation to get up and go and have a coffee or not even get out of bed in the morning, that's the worst thing that you can be, because you have no goals, you have no type of movement. So the bigger goals that we set, the bigger movements that we will create, because we will actionably work towards that target at all times. But if you do not have that target in place, or for example, you set that target and you turn around and go, right, based on what I want to achieve, I know that I can't get there myself. So that's where you need to be looking at speaking to, for example, what we do at the Coach Consultant, where we can go, right, based on your goal, that's realistic, that isn't, we can help you with this is what we'd recommend that you do. Right, so your goal setting will give you the structure and guidance for absolutely every single thing that you need from this point to see success, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, drop it a like. If you're not subscribing, please subscribe. Like I said, this will be 3 videos per week coming onto this channel. Really looking forward to producing as much high value content for you all in 2025.